video of something that I want to have a... Oh, Joe. I hate it when spoons don't fit in jars. A video of something that I want to have a quick faff around with. So, I want to use this sardine and tomato paste as... that one. As a bit of a fish stock. So, to kind of make a clear fish consommé. So we're going to use this. I think stock cubes are awful, but they're not awful. Chicken ones are kind of quite good. Beef ones are kind of quite good, but fishy ones are a bit, and vegetable ones, I don't think they're particularly very good. So I'm going to use. I want to use this as a bit of a stock substitute. Not the kind of cheapest way to kind of do things, but I just kind of think I've used this as a stock in other things. I'm just curious if we can use it as a base for a consommé type of thing. Will there be enough flavour in it, etc. Let's just whip that off, and then we'll just get the rest of that out by just dissolving that in that. And then I've got another one. So this is sardine and tomato, and I've got a salmon one. So we'll just gingerly put that lid back on. Now you just need to be careful when you put hot liquids in things, because they why does that not want to go back on there? I don't want to burn myself. The hot water will make the air expand in the glass container or in the area container, and then it want to spit everywhere, because we have created not a vacuum, the opposite of a vacuum type of thing. There's more. Yeah, so that just gets that out there. You know what I mean? I know what I'm trying to get at. I just haven't got the words. So let's just. We might need to use 2 jars on this, and it's a bit murky at the moment. So what I want to do is then just strain it through a bit of cloth and kind of see what happens. We might add a bit of tomato puree just to kind of improve the colour. How does that taste? Not very fishy. It's going to need plenty of that in. And we'll put some salt in as well, and a bit of seasoning. I suppose we could put some Worcestershire sauce in, but maybe not. I've got a bit of pat and perry in, but I don't really want to open that. So let's make it. I think we'll need it all. So not the cheapest way of doing things, but an easier way of making a fish consommé type of thing. So what will happen is the water will leach out the flavour from the fish paste. Do the same with that. The water will leach out the flavour from the fish paste. It'll be a bit murky, so then we'll strain that through a cloth, which will pick out the big bits of fish, and then we're left with a watery, clear-ish liquid that might resemble a bit of a fish consommé. But as always, I am faffing around, so just out of my own interest. Mostly because I wasn't allowed a chemistry set when I was younger, because my dad didn't trust me, and probably rightly so actually. Like he once told me how to make gunpowder, and then realised that was not a mistake, because I then tried to find the ingredients of gunpowder. It's alright, but it's not fishy. So what can we do? So it certainly needs some salt. Probably could do with a bit of monosodium glutamate. I'm going to add some monosodium glutamate to it, just to give it a bit of oomph. That with a bit of salt. Let's get out the monosodium glutamate and see what we've got in the cupboard as well. Right, so tiny amount of monosodium glutamate. You use monosodium glutamate in conjunction with salt. You can't use that as a substitute salt. So you need to put some salt in and the monosodium glutamate, and then it'll just give it that bit of a lift of flavour. So that's smelling better. Nice for the salt, but you've got that like the minced up fish in there, which is not that pleasant to eat. So a little bit of Worcestershire sauce, which is anchovy sauce, really. I suppose I don't think I've got any fish sauce, but I suppose a little bit of fish sauce in there would have kind of worked a treat. Really should have planned this better, shouldn't I? I wonder if I've got any. Ah, that's nicer. So it is kind of like the UK version of fish sauce. And there's the Roman kind of version as well, which was garum, wasn't it? Which was rotten anchovy sauce. So all similar types of things to fish sauce as well. It's even nicer. So a little bit more of that, and then a little bit more of that, and then I definitely think some tomato puree. And I haven't got anything open that I could use as a substitute for tomato puree. No, not really. So, and then a little bit of tomato puree for colour, and also it's got a bit of umami oomph in it as well. Slightly improve the colour. A little bit more salt. So quite a lot of salt going in. And a little bit more of that. Now, the only thing is, when we strain it, we'll be straining out some flavour. That I think will be okay. You know, that's not half bad. That's not half bad. So, that's that. Put it back on. Cupboard's closed. Whiskey, and then we'll get a... I can turn the heat off now. Oh no, I need... I don't need the heat on. I need to strain it into something. Let me find some things. Right, this is a bit full. An old stained bit of linen. So just to hopefully fish out those minced up bits of fish, because they weren't particularly very nice to eat. So I suppose it could be fancy and put it through a coffee paper, but it'll take forever. This linen should just allow things to pass through it relatively easily. Any clean bit of cotton will do the job. So, is it going to go through? Yeah, it's going through. That'll take a little while. It's not crystal clear. It's a little bit murky underneath, but it's certainly taken out all those solid bits of fish. So we'll let that pass through there gently. And then I've just made a quick mousse. So egg white and then seafood sticks. I suppose I could have used prawns, but I've got seafood sticks in the cupboard. Not in the cupboard, because if they were in the cupboard they'd have gone off by now, and that would have made the house smell awful. Fish sticks in for another experiment in the fridge, so I'm just using fish sticks. So 5 fish sticks per one large egg white. And then, so that's, it doesn't need seasoning. And then what we're going to do is you're going to drop bits of that into the soup as it gently simmers, and then we'll kind of like have some fishy dumplings once that's gone through there. Why is that taking so long? Right. No, people love mistakes on camera, so I should really do this on camera, shouldn't I? Just lift that up slightly, then it might just drain a little easier through there. Yeah, so what tends to happen is the particles create a little bit of a barrier between the cloth and the side of the sieve, and then that stops the liquid kind of wanting to get through. So just by lifting it out of the sieve, colander, chinois, whatever you want to call it, it just helps things kind of go through a little bit easier. And then just wanting to slow down, which just means that there's mess going everywhere. That ruined that, didn't it? You shouldn't have done that. I have tidied. I made a mess, didn't I? That'll teach me a lesson. No, it won't. No, it won't. I keep making the same mistakes, so I will not learn from those mistakes at all. Right, so strained, used a sieve, and then used the cloth. If you put it through like a fine sieve first to get rid of most of the debris, and then through a cloth, get something a little bit finer. It's still murky. It's got a little bit of the fat from the tomato puree on top of the liquid, but that's all right. Tastes pretty good. Tastes pretty good. So, gentle simmer. Ideally these should be cold, but if we do it gently, they might just stay in shape. I'm not going to put them into fancy quenelles or anything like that, but there should be enough egg in there that it sets the outside, and then we get little delicate little dumplings. Oh, wish someone had called me a delicate little dumpling. Anyway, so we'll get a little bit of the stuff come from the outside, but it doesn't matter too much. I suppose we could do exactly the same. We could do a chicken version of this, so we could do little chicken dumplings, and then I suppose we could make a bit of a chicken stock using chicken stock cubes and other things, just kind of like improve flavours, and do kind of same kind of thing here, but this is a seafood version because this is what we've got. And so let's just look that gently, and then so the heat from the liquid will set the outside and then stop them from boiling to bits. If we put things like that in boiling water, it would have just boiled them to bits straight away. And we just get a little bit more out of that, because I don't want to waste. Probably could have done with a bit more. No, can't really. No, we'll do. Let's get that in there. Oops, not to worry. That's fine. So, if you're washing things with fish, rinse them with cold water, and then that gets rid of the fish. Cold water and like washing up liquid, and then that gets rid of the fish, because hot water would cook the fish and make it smell. So if you use cold water, you kind of cut down on the fishiness. So how are those? Oh, okay. So gently, oh no, we're going to fall to bits. Gently slip them over. Turn that right down. It's only a little bit of egg white in there that needs cooking. The rest of it's cooked. Yeah, these are going to fall to bits. Could have done with more prawn meat in there, but not to worry. Well, it's not prawn meat, is it? But more seafood stick. So just lap a bit of liquid over the top just to cook the top. Don't really want to flip that over. How's that taste? It tastes a little bit of it now. It doesn't look very appetizing, does it? Tastes good though. Tastes good though, which has sort of answered the question that we can make a bit of a fish consommé from some sandwich spread, and then we can drop in some dumplings made out of seafood sticks, or any kind of fish, or any kind of prawn, bit of seafood, kind of whatever you've got, and then make a kind of interesting kind of soup. It's not very refined, but that wasn't the nature of the experiment. The nature of the experiment is to generally see if we can do something, and then we can always have a faff around with it later on. But I think that would be kind of quite nice. So we could faff around with the mousse recipe, just to make it a little bit more solid. So in the Far East, they like really springy fish balls, but so like pound the fish and then add some other things so it becomes springy, and I like that springy kind of texture. But so the stock will have picked up some of the flavour from the seafood sticks, which are very seasoned. You know, for my palate, I think that's rather nice. Not very elegant, but it's what's on the inside that counts, isn't it, really? We're not all young and beautiful forever. So, and those bits of fat on top of that are rather quite nice. So, that works, does that? That works, does that? I'm rather suitably impressed. I mean, there's room for improvement. There always is. But I have these. Turn it off now. If I've got something in my mind, I have to have a play around with it. And obviously, so what it looks like in my mind is not what is here. I had visions of it looking sensational. But it tastes good, which is a step in the right direction. So I'm going to call that a success, and at some point I'll probably have another faff around with it to kind of see if we can do something a little bit more special with it. It's very rustic at the moment, but anyway, so a relative success.